Sweet.
It's really just so that I've got a recording what we've already said, so.
Okay, nice. Cool, man. Yeah, got any questions?
Yeah, we've spoken about this before, and the
No,
thing
of
that I
course, but I'll reiterate.
yeah, the thing that I always asked everyone at the start is just how you got into games, the sort of games you like, and any sort of memorable games or memorable experiences you've had.
Cool. So I have a couple of answers to that. So I got into gaming. My first game I would have played was when, in Christmas, I got a PS. The family. It was my older brother actually got a PS1 that we were all able to play on it. And so the first kind of game I played was Spyro and Jack and Daxter and Crash Bandicoot. Those were the first two that I played. Kind of basically platforming games was where I kind of broke in on.
Yeah, definitely.
And
Spyro as well. Did you play that?
Spyro, yeah, sorry. That was the kind of the first game I played as a young child, and that was appealing, obviously, I guess, to a kid because of you're collecting gems and there's loads of colours and it's relatively easy actually.
Crash Bandicoot's pretty hard.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I guess so.
I guess Jack and Daxter to a certain extent, it's not a difficult game.
Yeah, a lot of them are completable without too much. There's not too much of a skill gap in them.
Yeah.
So the big appeal for me, as I said last time, was kind of competing with my brother. So even in non-competitive games, and that first would have come through we would have played, I think, together RuneScape, which is that's basically the only kind of MMO that I ever really played was RuneScape on the PlayStation. Yeah. And we would kind of...
I think I was probably the same as well.
Yeah, and we would kind of compete in the sense of, who's the highest level, who had the best equipment, that sort of stuff. It was that like kind of thing. So it wasn't we weren't fighting each other as such, but we were still finding a way to compete.
Yeah.
Another game I played a lot of as a kid was Monster Hunting on the PSP, and I would stay up till stupid o'clock, just playing it in secrecy in my room because my parents would never let me spend that much time on a game during the day.
Yeah.
So
me and my brother used to hide the light on the PlayStation 2 with like a T-shirt or something so that Mum can see
nice.
It in the room.
Yeah. What was it? What was I about to say? Yeah, we would wait. This was one of the only times in my life where I would wake up crazy early because it meant that I could play the PlayStation before my parents were actually awake, and because we used to be only allowed half an hour of screen time a day, kind of thing. So that was a way of allowing me to get above the allowed quota of games.
Yeah.
So those were kind of the games that stick out in my mind when I first started playing games, and I can extend that into what I kind of play now and what I've played previously, if you know what I mean. So I can kind of take you on a little journey of what I played as I kind of grew up. So the next kind of console I got after that would have been the Wii, and that was good because it was a kind of it's a party console. So you played with.
You said it was a board game, basically.
Yes, exactly. It's the board game equivalent of the console world, So and a lot of the games on the Wii are again very easy, kind of to pick up, and so they're like kind of fun to play as you without having to invest too much time, like in a game like Fortnite, where the kind of skill barrier is actually quite high. So you have to have sunk quite a lot of time to be able to actually stand a chance of winning any games. Guy to the 330 behind you up on the hill.
I'm looking at him.
Are they fighting? Should we go get them? Yeah. So that would have been what I played as a kid. So yeah, then moving on from the Wii, I got an Xbox 360, and that was when I first started playing a lot of.
There he is.
A lot of.
Oh, he's down me. Fuck's sake, just missed all my shots there.
It's alright.
The only decent gun I've got is a deagle.
Yeah, so, hang on, wait till this fight's done and then
I've got grenades if you can get me up.
Yeah. So yeah, an Xbox 360, and that was when I first started dabbling in first-person shooters, and I think kind of what I played a lot of was kind of Call of Duty Zombies, like compete without having to compete, if you know what I mean. So
yeah, definitely.
And
you could get the best weapon. You could get the ray gun, basically.
Yeah, basically, exactly. You were competing in a sense of, yeah. So, yeah, who had the most kills?
Boogie bomb just went off there. Oh, I keep missing him.
Could I miss any more shots?
One shot left. Yes! My last shot!
Yes! Well done, dude. Fucking brilliant.
Oh man, my last fucking shot. I need to
Okay, yeah, so... Yeah, that's okay. You come and look. There's a med kit here for you as well. You can take that. Awesome. Yeah, so that would have been the kind of
oh, hunting rifle.
Probably that was the kind of first time I really started playing. Yeah, as I said, first-person shooters. So that meant that, and that was when I, started dabbling in a more obviously competitive sense.
Yeah.
Where you were kind of like really competing against other players to see who could survive.
Yeah.
And from there, I then got a. Oh, take that medkit, man.
I've got the medkit.
Oh, just use it.
Have you got any heavy ammo?
Yes, I do. Oh. So, I then moved on to kind of play a little bit like harder like PvE games as well. So like games like Dark Souls is that like I really kind of found a love for that. In a pretty big way.
That's one that's cropped up with a couple of people that I've spoken to in this as well.
Yeah.
Really,
so that was the.
If it gets you, it gets you, sort of thing.
Oh yeah, 100%. So Dark Souls 1 was the first and only game that I have the platinum achievement for on Xbox. So where you get every single achievement, and then from Dark Souls, like that's kind of where we are now. So like and Rocket League as well. That's the only other real big game that I played a lot of.
Yeah.
Recently. You want that snipe?
Yeah, go on. Do you want this heavy what's it called?
I got a blue hunting rifle, so I'm actually okay. I was really hoping for some fucking med kit in there. So yeah, that's about the kind of history of me and gaming of like I kind of graduated from kind of simple platforming to more complicated and difficult games. You know, giving myself a bit more of a challenge than So yeah.
And what would you say?
You got another
the defining factors in? Oh, nice. Wait, the blue hunter. Oh, sniper rifle. Right, you take that, man.
Yeah, man. Oh. So yeah, what would I say the defining factors are in what?
In the sort of games you play, what do you look for when you play a game? And what sort of things do you find are reoccurring things in games you enjoy?
Okay, so big thing for me is challenge. If there's no challenge, I get bored very, very quickly and I'll stop playing. There's a purple SMG here for you. So yeah, that's crucial for me. Is that if I'm not challenged, I get bored and I very quickly move on.
Yeah.
Uh, so graphics aren't that important to me.
Building over to the
So
south, southwest, 180.
cool. Oh yeah, I see. So yeah, as far as like reoccurring themes in games, yeah, I think the big one is challenge, and the controls have to be intuitive. I think. So games like I'm trying to think of one where the challenge is hard, but I never got into it. So for example, The Witcher 2 is slated as being quite a difficult game on the higher difficulty settings, and I played through it, got about halfway in, and just found and it was still as clunky and kind of as when I first started playing.
Yeah.
So I think there has to be a kind of learning curve that is enjoyable, and a just challenge isn't alone isn't enough to.
Yeah, it's the controls have to be immersive and intuitive.
Yeah, exactly. I have to be, yeah, which is one of the reasons why I never really enjoyed the Wii too much, because
Shots. I can't tell where that's coming from.
I hit that boy by the way. I sniped his dick off for 110.
Where is he? What direction?
He's up the hill. He's up the hill. Where I'm looking. Where I'm looking. They just built all that crap up there. You know what? I'm just gonna ignore these guys.
Blue AR here for you if you need one.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So yeah, just reoccurring themes. It has to be challenging, but also just kind of a lot of care has to have gone into it, for lack of a better way of putting it. If I feel that a game has just been kind of pumped out to kind of make money and not really and just kind of abuse the player base to try and squeeze as much money out of them, then it doesn't hold that much appeal for me either.
Yeah.
And so I would say a big example of that recently would be Star Wars Battlefront the 2, where kind of the good gameplay was there, and the challenge was almost certainly there.
Yeah.
But I was instantly just turned off from it by the fact that they were just so blatantly abusing the IP and the player base to kind of like squeeze as much money out of people as they could.
Yeah.
And that turned me off.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think. Yeah, no, that's sorry. What were you saying?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That sort of takes you out the game when you're sort of explicitly aware of stuff that's going on with maybe the industry or with the practices that you don't agree with.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's about all I've got to say about what about on that. Yeah. Trying to think what else we covered the last time that was relevant that I might not be remembering.
We covered mods. We're talking about Skyrim.
Yes. Okay. Yes. So that's another thing for me. A game that I played a lot. That was when I had my PC, because at heart I think I'm a PC gamer.
I see someone, mate, southeast. He's like literally eyes on us, like.
Yeah, he's just shot at me. Yeah, at heart I'm a PC gamer. I'm a pure PC gamer. So.
Oh, I hit him. He's low. He's got 8 health.
Oh, I just headshotted his teammate as well for 66.
Oh,
I'm pushing that.
Yep. Gonna chuck some nades in.
Me too.
Oh, I just nearly chucked one up myself now. He's dead.
Got him. Nice one.
Killed the other one.
Nice upgraded. Oh, there's a fucking scar here for you.
Building over to the south. Are you able to carry it?
No, not yet. If you come over here, just yeah, I'm getting shot at.
Yep, southwest. There's someone.
Yeah. So yeah, so I'm a PC gamer at heart, which kind of opens up to what we were saying last time about the fact that I'm I'm a big fan of kind of modding games. Once I've
120.
I will only, right, I'm gonna put a caveat that I will only mod games once I feel that I have kind of done everything that was initially intended from the game's creators.
Yeah. Yeah.
As a kind of just a way to, it's just a kind of way to, yeah, exactly. You know, when I'm still wanting to play, I can add that kind of to the time that I'm able to play the game.
Yeah.
Are you able to get up here, by the way? Sorry, I just kind of did that.
There's someone up on the top of that hill, by the way.
Yeah, that's why I'm building up a layer.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so that was a big part of that. I first got into modding when I played Skyrim, and I really kind of got into the modding side of it. Almost see you later, dude. Almost more than I like. I probably spent more time modding the game than I did actually playing the mods that I've installed.
Yeah.
Which might sound a bit strange, but there was a lot of fun to be had just from tinkering with it and spending a lot of time actually like just like with it not working for large periods of time. Oh my god, dude. Right, I'm gonna go get that scar for you. I've just dropped one. Yeah, that's why I'm saying I'm going to get in the scar now. I've dropped one in the middle of the base for you there, by the way.
I'm shit out of materials, by the way.
Oh, I've fuckloads. Did you get that scar?
Yeah, I've got the one that you dropped, yeah.
Cool.
This is so fluky.
Yeah. We're going up another level. We're going up another level.
Yeah. Can I have some materials? And I can help.
Yeah, and I'll just build this, and then I'll give you like 500 wood. Cool. Right, get up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, so as I was saying, sorry, I spent a fuckload of time modding Skyrim, which was for a while my favorite game. Like, sunk 100 hours into it, and there's a boy sniping at us from 177, so I'm just gonna build that there and forget about him. Be careful, dude. He's sniping at us like quite. Oh, he's just dropped actually.
Where is he?
Yeah, south. Yeah, so that was another game I modded quite a lot was Faster Than Light, and that one I actually played the mods I installed.
Yeah.
More than I did with say Skyrim, and how are you doing for ammo?
I could do some assault rifle ammo.
Okay, cool.
That's towards that.
That's okay. I'm able to keep building.
Okay, I see him. North. Take the trees out. I'll get the snipe, you keep shooting.
I'm just keeping an eye, making sure we're not getting snuck up on by someone else.
Towards us. Both of them.
Oh no, I just got sniped in the back.
Nearly killed this guy.
Careful, get down, get down.
Yep.
We're surrounded on all sides, bro. Okay, we got buildings to the southeast, very close as well. No, sniped in the fucking side. Alright, he's getting shot though. Yep.
I can see them. They're directly to the east, quite close to us.
Alright. I'm dropping down.
Yeah. Shit.
I'm probably fucked here, by the way.
Yeah, I'm fucked.
I'm not gonna be. I've got 30. Yeah, sorry, dude.
Ah, sorry, man.
Anyway, so yeah, modding was a big part of an enjoyment of a game for me, and really increased the longevity of the game, definitely.
Yeah, and what sort of mods have you found yourself downloading?
What mods would I download?
What sort of mods would you
Oh,
play,
just kind of. Oh, so quite a quite a big variance actually of mods. So just kind of any kind of extra quests, you know, new items in the game that were so fun and exciting I would do. You know, so which basically just expanded the amount of kind of content of the game and could really allow you to just have a lot of fun with the game, man. And yeah, it was so just a whole mixture of different mods basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, anything else?
Yeah, I'm trying to think what else we spoke about. We talked about what sort of dictated your decision making as characters in games that you enjoyed playing as.
What do you mean, sorry?
So it was we talked about how.
What was the question?
The question was, sorry, I was completely distracted by that there.
No, that's okay. That's okay. That was a pretty intense fucking.
The question was what was it that inspired your decision making in games where you were given the option of, you know, making a good or bad or a specific decision?
Oh, so when there was morality involved,
Yeah.
it would. So that would kind of vary game to game and playthrough to playthrough. So I'll give you an example of that. So Fallout New Vegas doesn't really have a morality system, although I think it does, although it doesn't actually have any bearing on the game in general.
It doesn't have karma like Fallout 3, I don't think.
Yeah, exactly. But you can still make choices that are deemed like you know horrible choices or good choices. And that would again, you know, if I was role playing as a kind of no-name bandit, as it were, I would kill the people and take the loot rather than save the people and not get as good stuff. And yeah, so that would kind of vary if I from playthrough to playthrough, just based on what I was doing, and also if I so Fallout Vegas is probably quite a good example because there's an extensive online community for Fallout, and it was and so if there was a big decision in a game that would that kind of would lead and whether that was based on morality or not, I would sometimes cheat, and if I didn't care about the game that much as far as role playing is concerned, I would kind of, you know, Google what the outcomes were, just because I'm, you know, if I was invested a couple of 100 hours into a character, or even just, you know, 50 hours into a character, I would want to make a decision that you know would give me the best outcome or best item that was available. So yeah, it was kind of exactly. That's probably all I've got to say about that. Is that I would either kind of look it up and find out, or I would just go with whatever I was role playing for that playthrough.
Yeah, and like you said, you felt like it was sort of cheating if you were to look up how decisions would affect a game later on?
Yeah, well, I would definitely consider it cheating, but I'm not gonna say that I've never done that, because I have done that before in games where, as I said, if I'd invested, or what I would do is I would create a second save file and do both and see which kind of one I preferred, and then take the best one. Unless I was 100% kind of RPing, and then I would just take whatever I was given.
Yeah. Have you ever done that in an online game before?
In an online game, no, because online games rely less on the mechanic of kind of like of a choice of, you know, where it's choice. You're kind of just given what you got with most online games. I think anyway, unless you
But I
can
mean,
think of any good examples.
have you ever cheated in an online game?
Oh, I've never. No, I've never used. It depends what you mean by cheating. I've used exploits.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So, for example, okay, but in saying I've used exploits, but like an example of that is Fortnite. There's the double pump, so
Yeah.
you can swap between shotguns and fire them almost twice as quickly. And basically everybody did that, and it meant that if you didn't do it, you lose almost all of your one-to-one fights. I'm getting attacked for grenade.
You're getting attacked.
Yeah. I've escaped though.
Someone near me as well. Yep, they're shooting at me.
Oh, I see them. They're at the front of the house. Managed to run off. I'm trying to make it over to you.
Minigun. And he's down.
No. Sorry, dude.
Yeah, so you've used exploits in games, maybe sort of considered one by some people, but never.
Yeah, I've 100% used exploits. Oh dear. But yeah, as I was saying, I would never use a cheat that would make it. I would never cheat to the point where there was no challenge, because like, and that probably ties into as I was saying, I need a challenge in the game. So kind of like, you know, where you kind of toggle no clipping, and you can fly around and get to the places that you shouldn't be able to get to,
Yeah.
and just ruin people like that. I mean, yeah, there's a sense of enjoyment to be gained from that, but it very quickly fades.
Yeah.
You know, you can do it for you cheat for one, let's say, like, I don't know, like a game session, like one life, and then it's like, okay, I've done that. That was fun, but you know, if you win every single game through just cheating, there's no point in playing. It's like the same mentality of if I'm playing a video game with you, and you know I'm letting you beat me, you're not going to enjoy it. Like,
Yeah.
like, I mean, you're just not going to. There's no way you will, because
Yeah, but I think the interesting thing is that it depends whether it's an online game or an offline game. It has to be affecting a real person, because with speedrunning, it's essentially the same thing. But
yeah, 100%. Yeah. You're taking advantage of exploits, and
it's weird that a lot of people are saying, "Oh no, you shouldn't, like, you can't play the game like this. It's cheating." You know, it's just accepted that that's how people play.
because most games, and I think it also comes down to being in their game, and you know, they've kind of allowed it. It's part of the mechanics almost.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think there's brings us nicely to the fact of what we were talking about the other time, which was a sense of fair play, because I think that's really important, and the sense of fair play varies game to game as well. You can based on, right, I'm coming with you because somebody's landed by this house.
Someone's in here too. Oh, he's down me. I just tried to kill him quickly and I couldn't.
No, that's okay.
He's just killed me instantly. Any specific characters? I know you mentioned specific games that that resonated with you that you remember? Were there any specific characters of those games that you either loved or hated? You know, that are specifically memorable to you?
Ooh. I'm trying to think of any game where I kind of really got on with the character. Yes, the Last of Us,
Yeah.
which is a really, really, as you're aware if you played it, it's a very intensely narrative-driven game. So you really kind of form a relationship with the two characters that you're playing with. And
Oh. There he is.
I'm dead.
Oh.
Yeah, so, and I don't know if that had anything to do with the fact that the character models were incredibly like lifelike in the sense where I think they like literally kind of like scanned the people and put them into the game.
Yeah.
And so I'm not sure if the graphics had anything to do with that, but the voice acting definitely did. You really
It's
kind
definitely
of.
a very
It's definitely a very what, sorry?
cinematic game.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's yeah. So it's and that's broken up with really kind of challenge is incredibly difficult if you're playing on the harder difficulties, and the controls are very fluid. So you kind of start to enjoy them a lot. Like you know, it starts to feel natural. You're not thinking like where the buttons are and how to do different things.
Uh-huh.
And yeah. So it all flowed really nicely.
Yeah, no,
Any
definitely.
other games with the characters? And then again, and I'm going to contrast that with a game like Dark Souls, where there's almost no, like, Dark Souls is really interesting actually, because there's almost no character development unless you go out of your way to find it.
Yeah.
So all the story is in item descriptions, and nothing is really explicit unless you really kind of search for it yourself. And so Dark Souls is the and that Dark Souls is a game where the online community is enormous. So I knew nothing about the stories until I spent a good, there's a really good YouTuber actually called VatiVidya who does these really kind of high quality lore videos where he's gone through and read like every single item description in the game and has from this able to craft the story that's kind of been hidden by the developers in the game. And without that kind of input from the community, I would never have known that there was that story even there.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you're just kind of the game. You're just kind of like put into this world and told that you got to go kill a few monsters.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then it's only once you've either read all the item descriptions and stuff like that, or yeah, or so yeah.
Yeah, no, that's interesting how you do have to sort of either engage with the community or engage with this lore out with the game to actually get a real understanding of what it is. And I think it's interesting what it is that draws so many people to that game. You know, Lewis is just absolutely enamored with it as well. You know. And
Oh yeah, it's huge.
It's crazy. Probably take people out of the game. You know, that actually interest them in it more.
Yeah, that's actually yeah, exactly. Because you would initially think that because of the high difficulty barrier and the seemingly lack of any kind of narrative would turn loads of people off, but it's precisely for that reason that the game is, it's probably one of the best selling games. It's insanely popular.
Yeah, definitely. It's interesting. It's a weird one.
Yeah, and I
It's got
don't know if it's an anomaly in that sense, but there's a lot of like Dark
I
Souls-like games that have
yeah.
suddenly kind of popped up in the
I don't know.
last.
I really don't know what it comes from. I think it's sort of like a Lovecraftian almost sort of thing where the story has all this sort of really extra like hidden exposition and coded stuff, and you know it's very multi-layered, and I think that that's just really
Yeah, there's so
interesting
much
as well.
depth to it that you just wouldn't know about. Oh, right on me.
Yeah, I'm coming, man.
He's gone inside. He's going round the back. He's going round the back.
I'm going on the roof. I knocked him.
Nice. His teammate's got very low health, by the way. I hit him as well. Oh, you fucking. Oh no, nice. Right, I'm up on the roof if you want to come up here and hear me.
His teammates here. His teammates can come in. Oh!
You fucking legend.
13 health.
Yeah. Oh, mate, you see that nice golden scar for you right there? That's your reward. Or is it a golden shotgun, actually?
Man, I thought I was dead there for sure.
So did I, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Right, there's a wee golden scar for you right there, bro. Good kill, bro. So yeah, that's about all I've got to say about that, to be honest. I think. I'm trying to think if there's anything else, actually.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what else we did cover. I can't think, man. I really can't think. I better keep this lucky blue revolver.
Lucky blue revolver. Yeah, dude. Alright, I need to find some shields, so I say we...
I had 1
Do
minute.
you want to move to the place with all the... Okay, we got another guy over here.
Yep. Let's go around the left.
He's building up. Or should we just ignore the cunt?
Let's take him out and get some shields.
Stay alive, I'm
Got hit.
pretty far
Oh
away.
shit, I've got 1 health.
Oh, you got...
Getting behind this wood panel.
Yep.
His teammate's coming for me, though. You knocked him.
Yep. Is that his teammate down there?
His teammate is from where I am, 120. He's behind the hill, behind that tree.
I see.
You got him. Nice one, man.
Okay. Yeah, dude. No, you perfectly distracted that guy that got you. Do you need bandages? I'm hoping these guys have some heals on them.
Surely,
I'll go.
surely.
Where the hell did this guy die? This guy had minis, so we got minis. 1 mini, you can have that. That gets you up to 100.
Cool.
This guy had fuck all. Sniper for you though, if you want it.
I've got a hunting rifle, so it's up to you, man.
Nah, it's a semi-auto. I'm okay with that. Right, should we go northeast to these? Sniper down here, by the way, if you want it, or do you prefer the hunting rifle?
I'll take it, just so I've got something with the scope.
Cool.
That's perfect, yeah, I'll take it.
I'll pick the second hunting rifle, why not?
I think the only thing that we didn't cover, we hadn't covered already was, did we talk about creating your own character or having a character?
We haven't talked about that actually,
Yeah.
So, yeah, again, I think it really depends on the game and what they're setting out to achieve. So, for example, yeah, for me, I kind of like a mixture. So,
Another mini for you here.
I really enjoy the Elder Scrolls and the Fallout kind of Bethesda-style open world games. I think they're fantastic, and they're completely customizable characters, whereas some of the best PvE kind of experience I've had has been with games with characters where you don't create the
Yeah.
character. So Far Cry, for example, Far Cry 3, which is I think the kind of pinnacle of the Far Cry games, is you kind of see your character develop from this kind of, you know, American tourist who's kind of really unsure about a lot of the things he's doing into this. You see this journey that he goes to, this kind of like cold-blooded kind of like killer who really takes enjoyment out of the kind of stuff he's doing, and going on that journey with the character is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Whereas it's kind of a limited form of character development in the sense that you're going on a journey that the developers have set. So if the journey is not actually very interesting, you know that it really kind of loses its allure very quickly. Whereas because you're in the Bethesda games, you create your own story and you have your own kind of moral code, and you can make these choices that change your character. You can, yeah, there's a lot of fun to be gained from that as well. So yeah, that's all I've got to say on my whole character.
Is there one that you prefer more than the other?
I think I prefer games with where you're set a character. Like okay, let's say we're talking about two top class games, one where you create a character and one where your character is assigned. I think I would probably enjoy the one where your character is assigned.
Right. Okay,
just because yeah, as I was saying, like if it's you know, it's it can be an excuse for game developers to be lazy in their character creation. You know, because the onus is all on the player to do all the kind of the work of kind of crafting the character, whereas on the reverse of that is that you know, if the writing is good in a game, then it can really be quite powerful.
Definitely.
So yeah, is that everything?
Yeah, I think so. There was just something that popped into my head there, which I think is quite interesting. That did you see what about the Morse code message in Fortnite? There's minis here for you.
Oh nice. I've actually got 5, so I can just carry them.
Yeah.
The Morse code in Fortnite? No, what's this?
So you know how the controller has been vibrating randomly?
Yes, actually.
It's a Morse code message.
Haha, no way.
And
what does it mean?
It says SOS D5 418, which is basically SOS D5, which is where Tilted Towers is, and 418 April 14th. April 18th. Sorry.
Brilliant. Brilliant. I love it. That's fantastic.
And the reason it popped into my head is because it's similar to this idea of Dark Souls having all this sort of contextual information. Obviously, it's on a different scale completely, but having this sort of contextual information that's hidden, that takes sort of like a dissemination outside of the game to be able to sort of decode it.
Yeah, for the masses to be able to do it. I love that kind of stuff, man. I really do.
Yeah, no.
Because it can make. Yeah, it just creates a community where otherwise there wouldn't be one. You know.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I think that stuff's brilliant.
Yeah,
because I mean, for example, like I knew about the controller button, but there's no way in hell I know about fucking Morse code, and I'm gonna follow that. Where is this guy?
No, I thought it was a bush. This bush here looked like a very oddly placed bush.
Oh, nice. But yeah, like no, I'll play a game a lot more if there's that kind of community feel to it, because I mean the more forums and the more discussion there is about the game.
Right. Okay.
You know, it really can extend a game's lifetime. You know, lifetime.
Yeah.
And,
so you're sort of more engaged in the game if there's a community outside of it.
Yeah, 100%, because there's people to talk to. There's, you know, because otherwise it's a really artificial experience, and that sort of like going outside of the game to get more information, it can create, yeah, just a community and people that, and it can also probably attract more people to the game because they see this kind of That's probably where
There's a
Pollock,
drop
for
in the
example.
grass, mate.
Ooh.
Directly to the south.
Okay, where is it?
Where that pylon is.
I see. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, because without that kind of community feel, it's just like you're playing robots, you know. You're kind of and I think as social creatures, we like to think that we're not alone in our endeavors.
Definitely. Definitely.
Dude,
Have
I'm
that
seeing
sort of
so much building and dead people nearby.